Now, bilang continuation ng ating calculation, yung tinatanong ko kanina, anong mangyayari sa maximum stress? Ano na ang magiging itsura ng ating formula kapag ito ay ating transform? Ano yung formula natin sa maximum stress kapag na-transform natin? Class, what a very simple question that I'm asking you. Remember, nung nasa maximum twist, tinan nyo, no? Ito yung formula natin. Tanga. Inanap ko ang value ng T over J sa maximum twist. Ngayon, dito sa maximum stress, ano magiging formula natin kung magkakaroon tayo ng transformation? Kailangan kapag nagkakreate tayo ng relationship between maximum twist and maximum stress, kailangan may similarity. Tama? Kasi kapag may similarity, madali lang i-equate ang dalawa. At para ma-equate ko ang dalawang yan, anong kailangan kong hanapin sa maximum stress? Siyempre, dapat katulad din ng inahanap natin kanina sa maximum twist. Or a very simple explanation, since dinetermine ko ang maximum twist, at nakaroon tayo ng formula na T over J sa left-hand side ng new formula nito, same thing. It was just a very simple logic class. Naganap ako ng T over J sa twist. Maghahanap din ako ng T over J sa stress. Bakit? Kasi parehong T over J, pwede nating equate na yun yung dalawa. Tama? O thus, T over J now equal to theta G over L and also maximum shear stress over R. Naintindihan na ba, mga anak?
Opo, sir.
Yan. So that means theta G over L is equal to maximum shear stress over R. Kung babalikan natin ngayon yung mga given, I think nandyan na lahat. Meron tayong L, meron tayong theta, merong value ang G, merong value ang maximum stress, shearing stress. At ang nawawala na lang is R. Now, given this formula, since we have already built a relationship between this twist and stress, pwede ka nang mag-construct, pwede ka nang mag-solve ng problem. Kasi nakapag-build ka na ng relation. Pwede ka na ngayong mag-solve ng problem at mag-produce ng solusyon. Naintindihan ba ninyo?
Yes po.
Okay, may moral lesson pa siya, di ba?
Opo, sir.
R is equal to maximum shear stress times L over theta G. Wherein theta is equals to 4 degrees. Just like what I mentioned kanina, when the given is in degrees, we have to convert it into pi radian. But in this case, let us see. Substitute values. Yan, di ba? Kinonvert ko uli ang 4 degrees sa pi radian. So direct substitution, we have 52 millimeter as our radius. Eh dahil diameter ang pinapahanap, so times 2 lang. 104 millimeters. Now, what power can be transmitted by the shaft at 20 RPS? So, power ngayon ang ating pag-uusapan. For power, as I recall, I gave you this formula sa simula pa lang ng ating diskusyon. Okay. Given this formula, nandyan uli yung formula ng ating maximum shearing stress. Bakit kaya ipinakita ko yan? Diba? Maximum shear stress due to torsion, our formula is TR over J. Bakit? Sa palagay ninyo, bakit ko binigay yan? Ano bang kailangan natin? Kailangan bago tayo magpatuloy, makita niyo muna yung dahilan. Ano ba yung ugat? Bakit ko ibinigay yan? Ano bang napapansin ninyo? Bakit kailangan ko ng formula na yan? Kailangan talaga usisain yung maigi yung solusyon. Aralin yung maigi. Bakit biglang umeksena ang maximum shear stress due to torsion sa ating power formula na 2 pi Tn? Ano bang napapansin ninyo sa dalawang formula? Anong similarities? Yun na lang itatanong ko. Anong similarity ng formula ng power at ng formula ng maximum shear stress due to torsion? Anong pagkakaawig? What a very easy. Yung T. Sa given problem, may value ba tayo ng T? May given bang T? Meron ba? Wala. If you were going to read the problem again, do we have a given value for T or we call it as the applied load? Kung naalala, wala. Kaya kailangan nating mahanap ang T. Magagawa nating mahanap ang applied load kung gagamitin natin ang formula ng maximum shear stress due to torsion. Di ba may formula ang J? Solid steel shock yan. Alam natin ang formula ng J kapag solid steel shock. Eh, meron naman tayong value ng Tmax. Di ba 60 megapascal yan? May value sa radius. Hindi mahanap na ang applied load T. Yan. T is equals to J times maximum shear stress all over radius. But take note, J is again pi over 32d to the fourth power. So direct substitution. Okay, take note, R is equal to D over 2 lagi yan. So bago ako mag-solve, mag-substitute muna tayo ng values ng J at ng R so that we can solve for the applied load T. And by simplifying it, ang value ng ating applied load is now pi d cubed times maximum shear stress due to torsion all over 16. Direct substitution. Yan. P natin is 1.67 times 10 to the 6 Newton meter second. Okay. Sa palagay ninyo, anong naging value ng ating T? What do you think? Anong value ng ating T? Dineretso ko na yata siya, di ba? Dineretso ko na. Ito yun, no? Hindi ko na kinompute, dinirect ko na. Pakita ko lang, ha? Para hindi kayo malito. Okay. Pi. Pi. Yung 104, di ba diameter yan? So 104, 0.104. Ayan, D cube. At ito yung maximum shear stress natin. Over 16. Ito yung T. At ito yung N. 20 RPS. Okay. 2 pi. Ang 2 pi, constant yan. At ang unit, radian per revolution lagi yan. Now, klaro na ba ang ating given problem? Ito yung ating final answer. 1.67 times 10 to the 6 Newton meter per second. Malinaw ba ang problem number 2, mga anak?
Yes po.
Okay, let's proceed. Okay, but 1 Newton meter per second is also 1 watt. Okay? So 1 watt daw. Sa makatuwid, 1.67 times 10 to the 6 watts din ang basa sa Newton meter per second. At dahil times 10 to the 6 yan, so we have 1.67 megawatts. Yan ang ating computed power value. Okay, let's proceed. For problem number 3, show that a hollow circular shaft whose inner diameter has a torsional strength equal to 15/16 of that of a solid shaft of the same outside diameter. In this case, ipoprove lang natin yung ratio ng hollow circular shaft at ng solid shaft na dapat ang makuha natin sagot is 15/16. So problem number 3 is parang proving lang yan. So let's start. For our solution, sisimulan natin muna sa strength ng solid shaft. At yan ang ating solid shaft. Why? Ang shear stress ng solid shaft or maximum shear stress due to torsion is this one. T is the applied load. R is always D/2. And J for a solid shaft is always this formula. Simplifying this, we have 16T/πd³. And this is for the strength of a solid shaft. Let us now proceed to the strength of a hollow shaft. Again, yan. So para hindi nakakalito, yung radius ng hollow shaft, ibinigay ko as diameter over 2 or d sub O over 2. Outer diameter over 2. Ang O is outer. Yan ang ibig sabihin niya, no? But the formula for G of hollow shaft, as mentioned kanina sa mga formulas, is this one. The fourth root of the outer diameter minus the fourth root of the inner diameter. Then we have to multiply it by pi over 32. Simplifying it. Itandaan niyo, no? D sub O is equals to D. And inner diameter is 1/2 diameter. Okay? So let's proceed. Yan. So substitution tayo ng ating formula. Yung DI magiging 1/2 D na lang yan. Yung D sub O, palitan natin ng D. Okay, so ang arrival ng ating formula is this one. For the strength of a hollow shaft. Now, next. Sa hollow shaft, ito na yung formula natin. 16T/5 D/15/16D to the 4th power. For the hollow shaft. Yan. Sinimplified pa natin. Dahil may formula na tayo ng hollow shaft, and so, solid shaft to hollow shaft, kuhanan lang natin ng ratio. And then, finally, ang magiging ratio natin kapag sinimplify natin yan, performing algebra lang. May mga makakancel dyan, ang value ng ratio natin is 15/16. So, naipakita na natin yung ibig sabihin ng problem. Kailangan i-prove daw natin na 15/16 ang ratio ng dalawang shaft. Yan ang ating given example number 3. For the flange bolt couplings, we have the torque capacity of couplings. And this is our formula. T is equals to PRN is equals to pi d square over 4. Then TRN. Wherein P is the load in any bolt. So may mga bolts na tayo, no? R is the radius of bolt circle, N number of bolts, D as bolt's diameter, and the shear stress in bolt. Kapag naman with two concentric rows of bolts, we have a separate formula, and this is it. T T is equals to P sub 1 times R sub 1 N sub 1 plus P sub 2 R sub 2 times N sub 2. With A sub 1 is equals to A sub 2 and G sub 1 is equals to G sub 2. And also, we have this relation. P sub 1 over R sub 1 is proportional to P sub 2 over R sub 2. Otherwise, another relation that we have, P1 over A sub 1 G1 R1 is equals to P sub 2 A2 G2 R sub 2. So yan yung ating mga formulas for Planck-Wald couplings. Now let us have a problem number 4 as an application of our given. A Planck-Wald coupling consists of 8 steel 20 millimeter diameter bolts spaced evenly around the bolt circle 300 millimeter in diameter. Determine the torque capacity of the coupling if the allowable shearing stress in the bolt is 40 megapascal or 40 meganewton per square meter. And ganito ang ating solusyon para sa problem na yan. For the torque capacity, as I mentioned kanina sa formula na akin introduce, yan ang formula ng ating torque capacity. And direct substitution lang naman tayo. Tama? Binigay ba ang diameter sa ating given problem ng bawat bolts na meron tayo? May diameter ba tayong given? Do we have a given diameter, class?
Meron po.
Meron. Okay, next question. Do we have a given of stress, maximum shearing stress, or the allowable shearing stress? Do we have a given?
Meron din po.
Okay, very good. Okay, next. Do we have N given? May given ba ang N? Ano bang ibig sabihin ng N? Anong ibig sabihin ng small letter n variable if you're really listening to what I'm discussing before this problem sa mga formulas kanina? Anong ibig sabihin ng small letter n? Ala kayo. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng n? Balikan ko yung formula. Pakita ko uli. Okay, basahin ka ninyo. Anong ibig sabihin ng n? Dapat alerto kayo, focus kayo, no? Hindi yung nanonood lang kayo, nakikinig. Dapat sabihin ninyo na...
Number of bolts.
Okay, tama na. Very good. Dapat di lang kayo nanonood at nakikinig. Sabihin din ninyo ng critic. Dapat lahat ng mga binibigay ko sa inyo para maging effective yung pakikinig ninyo. Actually, ganito yung may malaking pagkaiba ng ear at listen. Tama? Yung hear, pinakinggan nyo lang ako, narinig lang ninyo yung sinasabi ko. Pero yung listen, malalim yun, mga anak na. Okay. Okay, direct substitution. So we have to substitute the values now. So given yung diameter, 300 mm, ano ba yung radius? Eh di 150. Convert natin sa meter, eh di 0.150 meters. Okay? And we have now the torque capacity of the coupling. 15.1 kilonewton meter. Tandaan, ang unit, kilonewton meter, torque yan. Okay, iba ang ibig sabihin ng capital T at yung isang napagkakamalan natin na T. Shearing stress yun. At ang unit nun, Pascal, megapascal or gigapascal. Let us have example number 5. A Planck-Wald coupling consists of 6 10 mm diameter steel bolts on a bolt circle 300 mm in diameter and 4 10 mm diameter steel bolts on a concentric bolt circle 200 mm in diameter. what torque can be applied without exceeding a shearing stress of 60 megapascal in the volts? What do you think is the formula that we're going to use here? Speaking of Lance-Paul couplings. May ibinigay akong dalawang formula. Anong formula gagamitin natin sa dalawa? Analyze the problem. Di ba may introduce akong dalawang formula? What are they? Balikan natin.
Yung P is equals to P1 R1 N1.
Okay. Paano natin nalaman na yun ang gagamitin?
P2 R2 N2.
Okay, tama. Paano natin nalaman
Kasi
yun ang
po,
gagamitin?
substitution lang po.
Okay, paano natin nalaman na yun ang gagamitin natin? Ano ba yung indication from the problem? Paano mo nalaman na yun ang gagamitin? Ano bang nabasa sa problem? Ano ba yung key? Bakit yun ang naisip natin? Hindi pwedeng basta pumili lang tayo, dapat may reason tayo. Dapat lagi tayong may logic. Tama? So ano yung dahilan kung bakit yun ang pinili natin? What force can be applied without exceeding shearing stress? O yun na ba yung malalim na dahilan kung bakit yun ang pinili natin?
Sir, equal po sila. Yung diameter po equal.
Okay, sige. Ano ba?
At saka po yung at saka po yung ayun no, yung 300 po, tsaka 200, tsaka po yung 10 at saka 10.
Pero hindi yun ang gusto kong marinig eh. Actually, kitang-kita naman sa problem kung bakit yun ang pinili natin na formula eh. Wala pa kayong nababasa sa problem kung bakit yun ang pinili natin na pangalawang formula? Ano? Di ba mabasa yung problem? Basahin yung maigi eh. Bakit ang pinili ko yung pangalawang formula? Ano yung dahilan? Tandaan nyo, class, no? Kapag
dalawa po yung...
Hindi, ano yung word na nabasa ninyo? Tingnan, sir. Ano ba yung word na nabasa ninyo? Dalawa yung ball. Okay. Isang reason yun. Dahilan din yun. Pero ano ba yung very obvious naman? Na alam nyo na kagad na yun ang gagamitin ninyong formula at hindi yung muna. Ano ba yung very obvious reason?
Yung what torque can be applied without exceeding.
Oh, para walang namang torque yung muna at saka pangalawa, di ba? Parang may torque yan. Ang tanong ko, bakit yung pangalawang formula ang napili natin? Balikan ko, ano? Sa pagsasolve ng problem, mga anak, no, hindi lang yung present minsan ang tinitingnan. Minsan, tinitingnan mo rin yung mga naging constant.
Dalawa po yung volt niya, sir, di ba?
O, dalawa. Pero ano ba yung term na nabasa ninyo? Bakit mo nalaman na dalawa yung volt? Ano, basahin nyo nga yung problem.
Dalawa po yung...
Hindi, very obvious.
Dalawa po yung nakasulat.
Okay, dalawa yung nakasulat. Tama, pero ano yung nakasulat na word, na keyword sa problem number 5? Na very obvious na yun ang pipiliin.
Coupling.
Hindi pa, anak. Basahin niyo muna yung problem. Ano? Isang word lang hinihingi. Concentric. Nak, ang dami niyong sinabi. Yun lang ang gusto kong marinig. Di ba it was very obvious? Doon pa lang, alam mo na yung pangalawang formula gagamitin mo. Very obvious, concentric. Yun lang. Okay, so kailangan maging matinig kayo sa mga yan. Okay, let's proceed. O solution. With two concentric rows of balls, definitely, yan ang ating mga relationship na gagamitin at mga formula na ating gagamitin na in-introduce ko kanina. So first, let us solve first for the P sub 1. Okay? P sub 1 is equals to pi over 4 d squared, then to be multiplied by shear stress. Bakit ko ginamit ang formula na yan? Anyway, ano ba ang formula ng shear stress? If we're going back to our chapter 2, chapter 1. Ano bang formula ng shear stress? Or ano ba ang formula ng stress? Simple question. Anong formula ng stress? plus, that is chapter 1. Anong formula ng stress? Stress or S is equal to Oliver, anong formula ng simple stress?
Pi T?
Ano? Ala kayo, nasan ba? Parang ayaw ko nang maniwala ngayon. Nabibinggo kayo sa akin. Ano ba yung formula ng shear stress? Ano ba yung formula ng simple stress? Ano ba ang meaning ng stress? Chapter 1 yan. Mga anak, anong formula? Di na matandaan? Chapter 3 na tayo, chapter 1 pa lang yung tinatanong ko. Ano yung formula ng shear stress? Kung balikan ninyo yung napag-aralan natin before.
Stress is equals to F over A?
Okay. Anong ibig sabihin ng F?
Force.
Force po, sir.
Force or the applied load. Anong ibig sabihin ng A?
Cross-sectional area po.
Yan ang gusto kong tanungin. Area ang A, hindi E, no? Area. Okay, kung papansinin niyo yan, dapat kasi anak, yung mga napag-aralan nyo before, huwag kakalimutan. Connected lahat yan. Ito yung force. Ito yung area. That's why shear stress equals to force over area. Na-transform lang yung formula. Nakakasunod na ba? Naintindihan na ba? Okay.
Yes po.
See. So, pwede natin kalkulayin ang ating applied load. P sub 1. And we have it as 4,712.39 Newton. Okay? Sa tingin ninyo, saan nanggaling ang 0.01 meter? Anong galing yan? Pi d square over 4. Okay, saan ang galing ang 0.010? Sige nga.
Convert lang po yung 10 mm sa meter.
Okay, let us proceed. Then, we can now use this relation. And this is it. So we have arrived with that one. So that we can solve for P sub 2. O hindi ba? Madali na lang. May dalawang diametro tayo. Una, yung 300 at yung pangalawa, 200. Ang radius ng bawat diameter, 150 dito, 100 naman sa pangalawa. Okay, yung una natin is 300. That's why we have R sub 1 as 150. And the second one is 200. That's why we have 100 as our radius for R sub 2. Now we have already the value for P sub 2. Yan ang ating dalawang values ng force in terms of Newton. Next, pwede ko na bang isolve ngayon ng torque? Pwede na ba? Okay. Ilan yung 300 mm? Ilan yung 300 mm natin? Class, ilan yung 610 mm natin diameter steel balls on a bolt, 300 mm in diameter? Ilan yung 10 mm? Hello? Okay, baguhin ko tanong, ano ang value ng n sub 1 natin? What will be the value of n sub 1? At ano ang value ng n sub 2? So wala tayong problem sa P sub 1 and R sub 1, P sub 2 and R sub 2. Jalene, anong value ng n sub 1 natin? Okay, magtatawag na ako ng pangalan.
6 and 4 po ata, sir.
Do I? 6 6 yung
N sub 1 po.
about N
Plus
sub 2 for
Four
yung
po.
isa. So therefore, by direct substitution, we have our torque value, 5,497.79 Newton meter or 5.498 kilonewton meter. So yan ang ating problem number 5. Klaro ba yung problem number 5? Kung paano na-solve ang problem.
Opo, sir.
Yes po.
Okay, let's proceed. Torsion of thin-walled tubes, shear flow. So we have the torque. T is equals to 2AQ. Yan ang formula natin. And then wherein T stands for torque, A, area inside center line, and Q as the shear flow. And for the stress, yan ang ating formula. Simple stress or shear stress is to Q over T also equals to torque over 2AT. Small letter T yung ano. So T stands for, small letter T stands for the thickness. Problem number 6. A tube 3 mm thick as the elliptical shape shown. What torque will cause a shearing stress of 60 meganewton per square meter? So this is just a very simple problem. And this is its figure. So may kapal na 3 mm ang ating elliptical tube. Now may mga sizes, 75 by 150 mm. So ang tanong, what torque will cause a shearing stress of 60 meganewton per square meter or 60 megapascal? And for the solution to our problem, yan, apply natin ang ating formula. 280 times shearing stress. Direct substitution lang yan. So we have 3,180 Newton meter as the solution to our given problem number 6. Then next, malapit na. Helical springs maximum shear stress in a spring of small wire diameter and large spring values. Call them as light springs. And for the formula that we have, daming formula sa mechanics. Yan. Yan ang formula ng shear stress sa helical spring. 16 PR over pi d cubed times 1 plus d all over 4r. Ibig sabihin ng P, load, R, spring radius, and D as the wire diameter. For heavy spring, yan ang formula ng ating shear stress. 16 PR over pi d cubed. Kaya lang, magbabago lang yung factor. 4m minus 1 over 4m minus 4 plus 0.615 all over m. Wherein m is equals to 2 over d times r, or diameter over d. Okay, ang ibig sabihin yan, diameter ba yung capital D o yung small d? Okay, tingnan natin. The spring deflection. Yung small d, yun yung wire diameter. Yung d, yun yung diameter ng object. Okay, para mas malinaw, no? Spring deflection, we have the formula. Due to torsion, ayan ang ating deflection formula. And for the direct shear, yan naman ang ating deflection formula. Sa engineering, dapat kabisadin ninyo yung mga anak kasi sa licensure examination, walang open notes. Kinakabisado talaga lahat ng mga yan. And mas maganda, dapat alam din ninyong i-derive yung mga yan. So pwede ninyong self-study yung mga derivations by exploring or mag-research kayo. Wherein N means the number of coils and G stands for the modulus of elasticity in shear. Problem number 7. Determine the shearing stress and elongation in a helical steel spring composed of 20 turns of 20 mm diameter wire on a mean radius of 80 mm when the spring is supporting a load of 2 kilonewtons. Use equation for heavy springs and G. Modulus of elasticity is 83 gigapascal. For solution, siyempre gamitin natin yung helical steel spring natin, EBI. EBI springs tayo. Yung pangalawa na in-state ko kanina. And we have to solve for the M. Binigay ko yung formula kanina sa inyo dito. And then direct substitution. We have now the shearing stress for our given problem, 120.6 megapascal, or times 10 to the 6 Newton per square meter or Pascal. So nasolve na natin yung shearing stress, ngayon naman ay ang ating deformation. Okay. So deformation, elongation in helical steel. So yun yung deformation natin. Yun yung deflection, okay, na ibinigay ko kanina. So ang ating final answer in this given problem, since direct substitution lang naman yan, hindi naman ganoon kahirap. So 98.7 mm ang ating nakalculate na deformation. Problem number 8. Wala kayong tanong, ha? Sure kayo, wala kayong tatanong sa akin. Hindi kayo masyadong kumikibo, eh. A helical spring is made by wrapping steel wire 20 mm in diameter around the forming cylinder 100 mm, 150 mm in diameter. Compute the number of turns required to permit an elongation of 100 mm without exceeding a shearing stress of 140 megapascal. Use equation for light springs. And G is equals to 83 gigapascal. Kanina, ang ginamit natin formula is the EBI spring. Di ba? Yung formula, ngayon naman is yung una, yung light spring. So, yung mas maikli. I think direct substitution lang dito. The solution, yan yung formula ng ating helical spring or light springs. Yan. So, konting transformation lang sa ating formula. Okay? What do you think? Ano yung analysis niyo dyan? Okay, inanap ko muna yung P. Hanapin muna natin yung P. Pag nahanap yung P, what then? Kasi pinapahanap is the number of turns. Eh. Okay, hanapin muna natin yung P. So P natin, or the applied load is 2,749 newtons. Hanapin na natin yung P. For deformation, kailangan kasi natin ng P value. Yan. Okay? Number of turns. So, N. Halos nandiyan lahat ng mga given. Ang N ang hinahanap natin. I think in this case. Yan. So, the number of N or turns is 17.89 turns. Let us say 18. So, round up natin. Pero, let us be accurate. 17.89 turns. Okay? Yan, siguro hindi pa niya dinerecho na hanggang saktong maglabing-walong turns lang. Pero hindi maglalabing-walo yan. So, hanggang dyan lang tayo. 17.89 turns. Ang ating sagot sa problem number 8. And the following now are your exercises that you have to solve. This time, may deadline na. Ipapasa ito ng Monday. Kapag ito next week sa Monday hindi na ipasa, ang lumampas sa araw, hindi ko na accept. Malinaw ba mga anak?
Yes po.